Thinking about buying a Patek Philippe Nautilus? It's one of the most hyped watches on the planet, but I think it's one of the easiest to get wrong if you're not paying attention. The Nautilus isn't just a watch, it's an investment or a potential headache if you're not informed. I've helped clients in Dubai source rare watches, and the Nautilus is always on the top of the list. It's my personal favorite, but most people don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes. Stainless steel, white gold, factory set diamonds, discontinued references. It's not as simple as just choosing a color. In this video, I'll explain 5 things you need to know before buying a Nautilus. Stick around until the end. I will share a Nautilus model that barely anyone talks about and could be one of the best buys in the entire Nautilus collection. But first, let's start where most people get it wrong. When people hear Nautilus, most of them think of one model, the 5711. It's the cleanest and most minimal version. Look at the stainless steel and blue dial. It's the model that everyone wants the most. In 2021, Patek officially discontinued the 5711, and that's when things got wild. Before the announcement, the watch was already trading way above retail of $35,000. After it got discontinued, prices went up to over $150,000 in the secondary market, more than 4 times the original retail price. Patek then introduced the 5811G to replace the 5711. It has a similar design, but is slightly bigger at 41mm. It is also made out of white gold. The retail price is $72,000, which is almost double the price of the old steel version. That tells you something. People still see the 5711 as the one. Many people don't know, but the Nautilus lineup is much bigger than those 2 references. There's the 5712, which adds complication like the moon phase, power reserve, and date. It was discontinued in steel in 2025, but is still available in rose gold. Another 5712 version is the model with the leather strap, like the 5712R, which comes on a rich brown strap, and gives the Nautilus a much dressier look. There's also the denim jean strap available on the Nautilus 5980, which looks amazing. In my opinion, it's one of the most playful Nautiluses out there. Then you have the 5980 and the 5990. They are both chronographs, with the 5990 also featuring dual time. Both of these come in stainless steel and in rose gold. There's a Nautilus for almost every style, but not every model is created equally, especially when it comes to resale. Steel versions usually have a higher demand. Gold on strap is less popular with buyers, but is bought more by collectors who don't want the same thing as everyone else. Now let's talk about the part nobody warns you about, the price. If you think you could just walk into a boutique and buy a Nautilus at retail, let me tell you right now, you can't. Patek's distribution is extremely limited, and they're not going to sell a Nautilus to someone who just walked in off the streets. They prioritize loyal clients, people who've bought multiple Patek models already. Some boutiques won't even take your name unless you're a known collector. That's why most buyers turn to the secondary market, where pricing has almost nothing to do with the retail price. But in my opinion, unlike Rolex, Patek prices aren't just about steel versus gold. Even dial color can influence value, like the limited edition Tiffany dial or olive dial. In reality, retail price means nothing. The real market is driven by scarcity, demand, and perception. And perception is the one thing that nobody can predict, which leads us perfectly into what owning the watch actually feels like. Here's the irony. The Nautilus was designed in the 1970s to be a luxury sports watch, something you could wear to the pool, to the office, or on vacation. And yes, you can still do this. But in 2025, let's be honest, this is not your daily beater. It scratches easily, the brushed finish on the case and bracelet is beautiful but delicate. The case is slim, the lines are sharp, and every mark shows. And then there's a reason why most people don't wear it casually. It's the attention. When you wear a Nautilus in public, you can feel it. Eyes are following you everywhere. Risk increases, and unless you're somewhere discreet or safe like Dubai, it can start to feel more stressful than stylish. This is why many Nautilus owners wear it selectively. But if you're looking for a Nautilus that you can actually wear more often, don't worry. We'll cover that option in the last section of this video. Now let's go back into time, because the origin of this watch might be the best part of it all. Most people buying a Nautilus today don't realize this watch was a failure at first. When Jurel Genta designed the Nautilus in 1976, it was a massive risk. Patek was known for gold dress watches. The Nautilus was born in stainless steel, and it had a new white case with an integrated bracelet, and the price tag was higher than gold watches at the time. People thought Patek had lost their minds. The early models sat in shops. Dealer couldn't move them. Decades later, the world started to appreciate Jurel Genta's genius. Then Patek's famous marketing slogan came out. You never actually own a Patek Philippe. You merely look after it for the next generation. This changed everything. Fast forward to today, and what do you see? The Nautilus 5711 is now trading over $100,000. The exact watch that struggled to sell became the hottest model from Patek. This is the power of the Genta effect. When the 5711 got discontinued, it hit the market so hard. It wasn't just about a watch ending, it was the end of an era. But here's the interesting part. Some of Genta's less popular designs are still sitting quietly, waiting to be discovered. And one of them might be the Nautilus you didn't know existed, so stick until the end. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for saying my opinion, but here's the truth. Not every collector is ready for a Nautilus. It's one of the most desirable watches in the world. But what makes it so powerful also makes it misunderstood. People chase it because of the hype, the headlines, the celebrity wrist shots. But the Nautilus isn't about flexing the loudest. It's about quietly letting people know exactly what you're doing. You don't buy this watch to impress strangers. You buy it because it fits your story, because it marks a chapter in your life you'll never forget. For some people, that might be a career milestone. For others, it's that one piece that completes a decade-long watch collecting journey. And here's what most buyers figure out after they finally get one. The Nautilus is not meant for everyone, and that's exactly why it works. It's not designed to please every wrist. The case sits differently than most watches. It's slimmer. You either love it or hate it. That's why so many first-time buyers flip it quickly, because they bought it to chase a feeling, not because the watch actually connected with them. But when you connect with the Nautilus, it hits differently. The Nautilus becomes part of your identity. Now it's time for that bonus I mentioned at the beginning. If you stuck with me this far, this is the part that could change how you buy. Everyone's chasing the 5711 and the 5811. But what's the reference you should be watching right now? The Patek Philippe Nautilus 3710. It doesn't look like a Nautilus you see on Instagram. No horizontal lines, no sporty dial. Instead, it has Roman numerals. It has a deep black dial and a power reserve indicator. It's slim and flies completely under the radar. This reference was only produced for a few years in the early 2000s. And that means one thing, it's rare. It hasn't blown up yet. But the design, the scarcity, and the Genta DNA are all there. And if history tells us anything, is that pieces nobody wants today become grails of tomorrow. If you made it this far, you're not just here for the hype. You're here to make smart decisions. If you need help finding your next Patek, reach out to us on WhatsApp or visit us at bigmowatches.com. And before you go, don't miss my deep dive video on the Patek Philippe 5712. Click here and you'll see the next video.